the young and the restless spoilers. The turbulent tides of love and power, will Nikki and Victor survive? In the bustling city of Genoa, where power and passion collide, Nikki Newman found herself at a crossroads. Her husband, Victor Newman, had always been a man of fierce ambition and unyielding control, but his recent actions had pushed her to the brink. It all started when Nikki's longtime friendship with Jack Abbott became a source of Victor's wrath. Victor's jealousy knew no bounds, and he was determined to destroy the Abbott family and their company, Jabot. Nikki stood in their opulent living room, her eyes blazing with fury. "Victor, this is madness. Just because I'm friends with Jack doesn't mean you can ruin their family and their company. You're being completely unreasonable." Victor, ever the stoic, clenched his jaw. "Nikki, you don't understand. Jack is a threat to us, to our family. I won't stand by and let him take what's ours." Nikki's patience had run thin. She took a deep breath, her voice trembling with a mixture of anger and resolve. "If you don't stop this vendetta against Jack and his family, I will file for divorce. I'm serious, Victor. This has to end." The ultimatum hung heavy in the air. Victor's eyes narrowed, but he remained silent. Nikki knew that he loved her, but his obsession with power often overshadowed everything else. In a bid to save their marriage, Nikki reluctantly agreed to limit her interactions with Jack. "I'll stop seeing Jack if it makes you feel better, but you need to come to your senses. I have a life outside of this marriage, friends who matter to me." Victor's response was a dismissive wave of his hand. He couldn't see beyond his hatred for Jack, and it pained Nikki to witness his blindness. Determined to find a way through the darkness, Nikki decided to meet with Kyle Abbott, Jack's son, to discuss Victor's schemes. Meeting at a quiet cafe, Nikki explained Victor's plans to Kyle. "Victor is hell-bent on destroying your family, Kyle. He's obsessed, and I'm worried about where this will lead." Kyle listened, but his response was disheartening. "I appreciate the warning, Nikki, but I don't care about Victor's vendetta. What I want is his respect and trust. Working with him is an opportunity one can't pass up." Nikki sighed, realizing that her plea had fallen on deaf ears. She returned home, her heart heavy with worry. As the days passed, the tension between her and Victor escalated. The breaking point came when Victor overheard Nikki mentioning divorce again. His face contorted with rage. "You want to leave me? Fine. But understand this, Nikki, I will destroy Jack Abbott if it's the last thing I do." Nikki had enough. She called their lawyer, Michael Baldwin, and started the divorce proceedings. "I'm done, Michael. I want out. Victor and I have been together for so long, but this marriage has become a prison. I need my freedom, and I deserve half of everything." Michael, ever the professional, nodded. "I'll prepare the papers, Nikki. But are you sure about this? It's a big step." Nikki's eyes were resolute. "I'm sure. Victor needs to understand that trust and respect are the foundations of any relationship. If he can't see that, then it's time for me to move on." The news of the impending divorce sent shockwaves through Genoa City. Victor, though furious and heartbroken, realized the gravity of his actions. For a moment, he questioned whether his jealousy and obsession were worth losing Nikki, the woman he loved deeply. As the divorce proceedings moved forward, Victor's mind raced. He loved Nikki, but his pride and anger clouded his judgment. Was it too late to save their marriage? Could he find a way to mend the rift he had caused? Nikki, on the other hand, felt a sense of liberation. For the first time in years, she was taking control of her life. She had loved Victor fiercely, but she also knew that love wasn't enough when trust was broken. The question on everyone's lips was simple yet profound: would Nikki and Victor's love survive this storm, or had the tides of power and jealousy finally torn them apart for good? In the weeks that followed, Victor made several attempts to reconcile. He reached out to Nikki, expressing his regret and promising to change. Nikki listened, her heart torn between the love she still felt for him and the pain his actions had caused. "Victor, I need to see real change," Nikki said during one of their conversations. "I need to know that you can trust me and respect my choices. This isn't just about Jack, it's about us." Victor nodded, his eyes filled with sincerity. "I understand, Nikki. I promise, I'll do whatever it takes to make things right." As the divorce date loomed closer, Victor's efforts became more earnest. He stepped back from his feud with Jack, focusing instead on rebuilding his relationship with Nikki. Slowly, trust began to be restored.